And it's just basketball. At the end of the day, it's just basketball.
Like and subscribe. Like and subscribe. Like and subscribe on the way in the door, my people. I hope you all are having a truly, truly fantastic day today. So a couple of days ago, the Lakers played the Wizards in what was one of the most boring, uninteresting, ridiculous games I have seen this season. It was hard to watch. I'm not even sure what to say about it, except I guess congratulations to the Lakers for beating the Wizards while LeBron James stat pads his way to another triple-double. So we're going to keep this video short. The thing that was interesting about this game, it seems like with about six minutes left in the game, they started talking about LeBron James needs one more rebound for a triple-double. And at this point, the Lakers was well in control of the game. I think they were up by almost 20 at this point. And yet, LeBron James continued to play. And continued to play the next, I would say, 3 minutes until, guess what, everyone? He got that one rebound he needed for a triple-double. And can anyone guess what happened once he got that rebound and got his triple-double? Of course, he comes out of the game. And, this should be no surprise to anyone. It is no surprise to those of us who know the career of LeBron James and knows that he's a stat padder. And on the other side of the fence is the LeBron James fanboys who they probably think it's great that he stat pads. They think that stat padding is part of what makes him a great player because it's adding more stats to the books for LeBron James. But what I wanted to say about this is, and you guys out there, which I'm assuming is most of the viewers who watch this channel, again, thank you everyone who supports the channel. I truly cannot thank you enough. But for those who support the channel, I was thinking back, and I don't remember watching Michael Jordan and thinking to myself, oh, Jordan needs 2 more rebounds for a triple-double. Or Jordan needs 3 more assists for a triple-double. I don't remember ever thinking that as I was watching Michael Jordan, or for that, any of my favorite players back in the day. Like I said, I was once a huge fan of Isaiah Thomas. I have always been a Magic Johnson fan, and even the players that were during the Jordan era. You know, some people like Sean Kemp, who I was a fan of. I was a fan of Clyde Drexler. I was even a fan of Charles Barkley. I was a fan of most of the superstars during that era. And as far as, appreciating what they brought to the game, appreciating what they did, I was a fan of a lot of those guys. Now, again, I was the biggest Michael Jordan fan, so I'm always rooting for Michael Jordan. But, if it was a game where it wasn't the Bulls and I was watching, Barkley versus Patrick Ewing and the Knicks or some of these other teams, I don't remember counting player stats. I simply remember watching them play on a play-by-play basis and appreciating the great moves that they would make, appreciating how they contributed to wins, appreciating how they would play defense. But I don't ever remember watching them counting up their stats. I would, you would know it because the announcers would announce it. Michael Jordan is about to have 36. Michael Jordan's about to have 40. His next points, his next bucket, he'll have 40 points. So, you would know it because of the announcers. But as a fan, I don't recall stat watching. But during this game with LeBron James, they actually announced that the fans behind the bench were saying that LeBron James needs one more for a triple-double. What a sad world we live in, my people. What a sad world we live in, where fans are sitting there encouraging their favorite player to stat pad. And it also made me think this, and I've said this before. I feel like, we don't know how much Michael Jordan could have scored. Because honestly, when the game was won, Michael Jordan would come out of the game. I've never seen Michael, and again, please comment in the comments if you remember something that I don't. But I never remember Michael Jordan staying in the game for the sake of getting a couple of extra buckets, for the sake of getting an extra rebound. I never recall that happening. It doesn't matter how hot Michael Jordan might have been at the moment. He could have just hit his last 10 shots. But once it got to the point to where the game was clearly secure and they were in no jeopardy of losing, and Phil Jackson called for Michael to come out of the game, Michael Jordan gladly came out of the game. And I say this because this is the thing that I've said that's the difference between Michael Jordan and a lot of people. And I believe another difference between Michael Jordan and Kobe Bryant as well. To me, Michael Jordan was solely focused on winning. Like, winning is what drove him, not the stats. And I love Kobe Bryant, but Kobe Bryant to me is someone, and we can speculate on the various reasons of why that could be. But Kobe Bryant to me is someone who is, if he was hot in the game, it doesn't matter how much his team was up, he would want to still be out there shooting. Now, that could be for various reasons. I'm not going to just automatically say it was a stat padding thing. It could be that Kobe just loved playing basketball, and once he got hot, he wanted to see how long he would stay hot. But for Michael Jordan, winning was the number one priority, and once that goal was accomplished, Michael Jordan was cool with going to the bench. Now, the only times where I've seen Michael Jordan or heard stories of Michael Jordan coming back into a game is when they're losing. And for instance, there's a story that I believe, Eddie Johnson on the Pacers. And I believe it's during the Chicago's run where they were getting the 72-10 during that run. And something, it was a meaningless game except for the fact of adding to the record or something to that effect. But Eddie Johnson tells a story of like they were beating the Chicago Bulls hold up, maybe I'm confusing the story. I think it was this one. So someone correct me if I'm wrong. I think it was the Eddie Johnson, but it said that they were winning. They were beating the Bulls, and somebody started talking trash to Michael, And I think Michael was on the bench, or Phil Jackson had just taken him out or something like that. But once they started trash talking Michael, Phil Jackson looked at Michael like, well, what do you want to do? And then Michael Jordan came back in the game and proceeded to take over. So in moments like that, and again, that's competitively driven. That's a competition thing. That's a thing like, oh, you think we lost? Yeah, put me back in. Put me back in. But these are the kind of things that would motivate Michael Jordan to come back in the game. But once the game was secure, I never saw Michael Jordan stay in simply to get another couple of extra points, to get another rebound. And like I said, as a fan, I don't ever remember thinking to myself, knowing how many points, rebounds, or assists he had to have to get a triple-double. We didn't keep up with those kind of things. It was simply about the competition and playing to win, and about the things that were done in the game that drove the momentum. You know, these are the things that we watched the game for. It was the competition. And now we're in a day and age, thanks to the deer, where fans are sitting behind the bench talking about LeBron James needs one more rebound for a triple-double. LeBron James fanboys, you guys are sad. You guys are sad. You're completely ridiculous, and you are part of the reason that the NBA is in the state that it's in. And unfortunately for the younger LeBron James fan, you guys don't know any better. You don't have anything to compare it to. But for the older LeBron James fans, the ones who know better, you guys gets no respect. You guys are respected just like your king, and that is obviously not enough because he's still begging for it. But anyway, we're going to hold up here. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. What did you think about, if you saw the game or saw highlights of that Wizards game, what do you think about the fact that we're in a day and age where fans are counting the stats, for their favorite player, where fans are saying, hey, LeBron needs one more rebound to get his triple-double. I would ask you, what do you think about LeBron James staying in the game to get that triple-double? But this is not new information. This is just what it is. This is LeBron James' career. This has been his whole thing, is adding numbers to thinking somehow eventually that will quantify into him being the GOAT, when again he's still missing the point. He's still missing the point. It's not quantity, it's quality, LeBron James. It's not quantity, it is quality. But anyway, let me know what you guys think in the comments. You all have a truly fantastic day, and I'll see you next time. All right.